Hey y'all, so how you doing? Yo. So I just wanted to tell you guys about an experience I just had. I kind of just came back from like a little first date situation, and it was kind of funny because dude was like really sweet and just really gentle. He seemed like it anyway. Very open conversation, that sort of thing. I know one thing he did mention during I think we had like a 2 week long conversation, and he said something about, well, I'm not rich. And I'm like, shit, I'm not either. So there's that. That's out there. So, but what I did appreciate about, him basically saying his financial disposition was my thing was, okay, what I gathered from his conversation, you're a go getter, you can go get it. You just don't have it right now. That's fine. Don't, a lot of us don't have it like that right now, even though we would like to. So, you're a go getter. He was working on his master's, like in the healthcare industry or whatever. Um, but then like a couple things kind of struck me. I'm like, okay, he has a dog. I'm not like a huge dog person or whatever. I tried, but I guess, I gotta just say that's not my ministry. So I just, roll with that. And, I'm okay with that. I leave that for the people who just absolutely love doggies and they make them family and all that good stuff. Kudos to you. Right? So um we met up. We were supposed to go walk the water and then kind of like go to dinner, brunch, whatever, like a late lunch, whatever. That was good with me. But I just noticed like there was like no mask, and I'm like, how you gonna not have a mask on? It's like a whole, what y'all call it, a pandemic out here. So I'm just like, how are you gonna just like not have a mask? Like you don't even make wise choices. I recognize that right off the bat. Um, let me go back to another thing that I noticed was the road rage of it all. So, like when we were on our way meeting up, I'm driving, he's driving his car, I'm driving mine. And he's just going off. Like, now, keep in mind, I didn't experience any of this beforehand, that couple of weeks we talked. So he faked it for, a good 2 weeks or whatever. Um, so we're on the phone and he's just like kind of road raging, but stuff happens and hey, I get a little, annoyed too. But then you keep it moving, right? He did not keep it moving. Like none whatsoever, not a little. He just rode that conversation till I was pulling up at the place. Like, are you still talking? So by now I'm kind of wore out a little bit just from that ongoing conversation about how stupid the next driver is and this, that, and the other. It's like, dude, I done drove all the way downtown. Come on now, you still on that? So we met up, we pulled up at a parking garage, he was there already, and then I pulled up or whatever. He told me what level he was on. So, do the whole try to park close, but not too close, right? Mm-mm-mm. Um, so I noticed that he did not follow gentleman's protocol. So let me explain to you most of you probably already know what gentleman's protocol is, right? I noticed he didn't like really use that. But just to kind of elaborate a little bit, when a guy kind of makes sure you're walking away from the street and away from cars and traffic. So, when we got on the sidewalk out of the parking garage, he didn't follow any of that. I'm like, okay, I'm supposed to be on the inside, you're supposed to be on the outside, the walk or whatever. And then the same thing when we got to a crosswalk, it was like no type of gentlemanliness to be had like anywhere, right? So I'm like, okay, this guy, okay, that's not cool. But because I feel like by your age, 52, mind you, you should kind of know that already. That's kind of sad you don't know that. So I kind of like mentally gave like no passes for that. I was still cool on the date or whatever, just to not be, whatever, difficult, how they label us or whatever. We're difficult when we express ourselves a lot of times, but any way. Um, so yeah, And then when we got to the restaurant, he complained about everything. Now, granted, the service was freaking terrible. It was. Service was kind of bad. It was like this guy. Let me get on this guy, right? He was older. He was like the bartender. We opted to sit at the bar. That was cool with me because I was not feeling any chemistry. And I'm assuming he wasn't either because he didn't act like a man that's feeling chemistry, whatever. But I won't take this from him. He still remained, as gentlemanly as he could, I guess. So this our bartender, he was kind of just putzing around or whatever. He seemed really overwhelmed, I'll say. And dude just kind of ragged on him. Like, you know how you make a comment about somebody's service not being the greatest, right? But he kind of was railing him. I'm like, bruh, yeah, no, it's not even that serious, one. And yeah, the service sucks. It's pretty bad. But at the same time, if you're working in a healthcare professional or profession rather, or a profession where you deal with like mental health type of people, I kind of expect a little more understanding from you for this person, you know. Because I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't happy with the service either, but it was like when I recognized, okay, he seems kind of overwhelmed. I'm not even a healthcare professional or a mental health professional by any stretch, right? But I recognize this guy seems a little, you know, just kind of out of it, not really with it. Maybe there's something mentally going on, but I don't know. But I can just kind of tell something, So the date, I had to loosen my neck calling him a date, girl. Oh my God. Anyway, the date, he just kind of just condemned this guy left and right. And it was just like, okay. So I'm like, okay, you clearly, by now I'm like, you clearly have a bad temper. I kind of recognized that earlier with the whole bro rage thing, but I really recognized it when, he kind of started going in on the guy, on the bartender. um, so I don't know. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention was when we first met up in a parking garage, he's like, so do I look like my pictures and all this stuff? I met him on a dating profile or whatever. Facebook. Well, I'm not gonna say that. It's a lot of nice candidates on there. It really is, but some yeah. But anyway, I'll do another video on that one. Yeah, he was just his confidence just seemed really low. He didn't seem too self-assured. It just seemed like a real like low confidence kind of vibe I was getting. And I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely not interested in any of that. Like, you got to go somewhere and fix that. Like, that's something you can't tell somebody to have. They got to go and fix that. They got to go work on that and nurse that stuff, nurse that ish. Nurse your ish, okay? So I don't know. I guess y'all can tell me in the comments, like, how should I handle that? Should I just go ahead and hit old boy with the old block button, just kind of just block him and not have any. But I don't want him to get the impression that, oh, she was stuck up, she was this, she was that, or, I told her I wasn't rich, so she bailed. No, it's not that by any means, because that was like the top of our conversing, right? And it was like, whatever. A lot of people are not, but a lot of people are. So whatever. Hey, watch that. But I kind of I'm thinking, should I give him the reason why I felt that way just so he doesn't automatically assume? And then not only that, just so he can be educated on, hey, this is bothersome. This is problematic. The fact that you kind of go in on people and you kind of impatient and very intolerant and that sort of thing. So it's like, yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. Should I go on and tell this brother and, kind of educate him? I feel the whole protect the black man thing. I do feel all of that. But my thing is at the same time, protect us too. And I'm not going to lie. Sometimes you just don't feel protected when, if you'll go off on this person, maybe you'll go off on me. So my thing is this, protect me too. Protect my emotions, protect whether I feel safe with you or not, protect that, So if there's nothing to fear, if you only railed on this person this occasion, just, where's the reassurance that this is not my character? This is just an annoying thing. But I can't even say it was an annoying episode for this dude. I can't give him a pass because, like I said, it was like, it was kind of draining. It was very draining. It drained me so tough that I had to come home and just vent to you guys about it. So just let me know what you think in the comments. All right. Peace up, homies. Bye.